What's up guys? Today I got another video, another fragrance review video, because I know you guys have been liking most of my fragrance videos and not so much the other videos I make. So I thought I'd just keep doing some more fragrance videos because that seems to be what you guys want to see, and I haven't really got too much to show you today. I've only got 2 samples, and these were free samples that came with an online order I got Bulgari Wood Neroli. Ordered that online with Bulgari Aqua Atlantic, and then they sent me a Mancera Red Tobacco sample, 2 ml. And then I got this 2 ml Jaguar Excellence Intense sample as well. So just the Mancera Red Tobacco and Jaguar Excellence Intense. The main focus of this video is Mancera Red Tobacco. That's the main one I'm going to really talk about because it seems to be a pretty popular fragrance and it has quite a reputation online. There's a lot of people that really say this is bad, and then some people really like it. So I'm going to tell you how good is it actually. I'll tell you what my expectations were first. I thought it was going to be a really harsh tobacco fragrance that smells smoky, that smells a little bit old manish. I thought it was going to smell like really masculine or really weird, maybe a lot of oud in there, especially when people say that the opening's really bad. I was expecting this really bad opening for some reason, but really when you spray it on your skin and you smell it, my first initial impressions were the opening's not bad at all. The opening is a gourmand vanilla and gourmand tobacco combination, right? So the tobacco vanilla combination has been done a million times, heaps of different fragrances, right? And it's not really any different than all the other ones that have been done either, except this, you can actually smell quite a lot of tobacco in here, but the tobacco is a very gourmand, edible, delicious kind of tobacco, not a really bad one, okay? So you'll often see a lot of the time like tobacco being used in a gourmand kind of way in combination with vanilla. Example would be like Spice Bomb Extreme and Initio Side Effect and Pure Havana, and maybe even like, what's another one, like 1 Million Privé or something like that. They've got that gourmand tobacco kind of thing going on for them. And this is pretty much like a Spice Bomb Extreme type of fragrance here, where you spray it, your first spray is basically you get to smell like tobacco, vanilla, and I don't get too much more from that. I'd say it leans a little bit more towards Initio Side Effect than Spice Bomb Extreme, because Spice Bomb does have that cola, nutmeg and cinnamon kind of smell with it, and to me this doesn't really have that nutmeg cinnamon smell, although if you look at the notes there is technically cinnamon, nutmeg, oud, sandalwood and all that in here. So basically, if you look at the note breakdown, it's very, very similar to Spice Bomb Extreme. There's not much difference in terms of the note breakdown, except for maybe, like it's got some green apple, it's got saffron, pear, but you can't smell any of those in here, so don't worry about the note breakdown too much. What does it actually smell like? It pretty much just smells like tobacco and vanilla with maybe a slight nutmeg smell to it. And I can smell a tiny bit of sandalwood as well, like you get from Layton, Parfums de Marly Layton. The sandalwood is nowhere near as strong as the Layton, for example. It's like complements the other ones really well. It complements the vanilla and tobacco really well here. So with that said, it is a very, very strong fragrance. It's very not overpowering, it's just very long lasting, where you can wash your hands, you can go to bed, you can sleep, and it's still going to be on the next day and it's still going to smell like it did when you first sprayed it on, okay? So who would this fragrance appeal to? It's definitely a man's fragrance, even though it's advertised as unisex. The only reason they say it's unisex really is because it is a gourmand vanilla and girls can probably wear it because it's not really a very masculine fragrance. It is still a vanilla fragrance through and through. That's pretty much, it's vanilla dominant here, where that's the main thing you're going to smell is vanilla and then tobacco, like the edible tobacco. So I would say it doesn't really appeal to girls though because of the tobacco in here. It does kind of come across as a man's fragrance to me. I'm not going to say old manish because it's not really an old man scent. Like something like Azaro Wanted by Night really smells old manish. And then you might have something like Jazz Club. It does give off jazz club vibes as well, But to me, I think Jazz Club is a more mature version of this. Jazz Club does have vanilla and tobacco in it as well. But to me, this is more like a more youthful, more unisex version of Jazz Club as well. I wouldn't say it's a safe fragrance to wear. Honestly, I don't think there's anything particularly bad in here. I think the whole fragrance actually smells really, really nice. But at the same time, I don't think it's a safe fragrance to wear because just so many people are saying something about the opening. They don't like the opening, and then some people just have mixed reviews where they don't really like it as much. Based off all the negative reviews I read, that's the only reason I'm saying it's probably not a safe fragrance to wear, because it does seem to be kind of subjective to a lot of people here. I don't really understand where the negative reviews are actually coming from, because to me this smells like Spice Bomb Extreme, Initio Side Effect, and Jazz Club, like a mix of all three, and I think all of those fragrances are actually pretty good. To me, I don't think there is anything bad in here at all that's going to make you go ill, but it might just be the fact of how strong and tobacco smelling it is. So with that said, how good is it actually? It's very, very good. Okay, it absolutely blew my expectations out the water, I would say, or out the park, I would say. Heard a lot of bad reviews, and it doesn't live up to all the bad reviews. But is it a safe fragrance to wear? No. Should you buy it? I think if you're a male and you want to wear it around other guys, then yeah. This is a cold weather fragrance, by the way. It's a very warm, sweet, smooth, very smooth, edible gourmand fragrance. Good for men to wear around like a campfire. You might want to wear it around your girlfriend at home if she likes it though. Like, make sure you ask her if she actually likes it, because you don't want to offend your girlfriend at all. But yeah, to me, the occasion you would wear it would be at home, maybe on a cold day, maybe indoors somewhere where you're not really around girls. Like a boys' night out, for example. You're going out for a few drinks with the guys, perfect. You want to go for a bonfire, have a party, outdoors during the cold, perfect. I think you could totally wear this in an outdoor occasion where there's a lot of ventilation around you, and it would work great, especially during the night. Amazing fragrance during the night. But you know, if you like Spice Bomb Extreme and Jazz Club and Initio Side Effect and those kind of fragrances, Pure Havana even, you will like Red Tobacco. But to me, I don't even think Spice Bomb Extreme is as good as everyone else says it is. You always see like Jeremy Fragrance, Curly Fragrance, all these people saying Spice Bomb Extreme, really good for dates, really good for this, but it's not a safe fragrance at all. It's actually a subjective fragrance, just like Red Tobacco. They are both very nice, but I would actually wear Red Tobacco over Spice Bomb Extreme. Honestly, I do prefer this quite a lot over that, and I even prefer this over Jazz Club. I prefer it over Initio Side Effect, so that says a lot, because I don't actually really like Mancera fragrances that much. I've tried a few. I really hated Oud Lemon Mint. There was some, I'm not a big fan of Cedrat Boise, but I do like Cedrat Boise. I just think that there's something about their fragrances, like the oud in there, and the quality of their fragrances is not very good. But this doesn't have that problem. This smells like a very smooth, well-made fragrance that has good quality, okay? So you're not gonna smell any bad quality, anything cheap in here at all. It's gonna be very, very pleasant. And that basically concludes that review of Mancera. And next we'll go into Jaguar Extreme. Oh no, it's not Extreme, sorry, it's Jaguar Excellence Intense. And there is actually no Fragrantica page for the Intense version, but you can find the Jaguar Excellence page, like the original, on Fragrantica. So yeah, the Intense, it has a little note pyramid on here. I will attempt to show you what the actual note pyramid says on here, but I don't know if you're actually going to be able to read it, because this camera is very bad. Okay, so the notes, what the notes say, at the top you have mandarin, cardamom, Sichuan pepper, and anise. The middle notes are iris, orange blossom, violet, and marine. And the base notes are vanilla and batonka. So what does this actually smell like? Because as you know, notes aren't really the best to describe the smell of something. To me, it smells like vanilla and iris in the opening. with a little bit of anise there and a little bit of mandarin, but mainly vanilla and iris in opening, just like most other vanilla iris fragrances out there. Mainly Jean Paul Gaultier Le Parfum, or Parfum, Le Parfum by JPG, but it actually ends up going more towards a 1 million direction eventually. So the main notes here are like the mandarin, the cardamom, the orange and vanilla and everything. So it does something weird where it starts off smelling like iris and vanilla and then it morphs into Paco Rabanne 1 million. So to me, this is like probably the most accurate clone of Paco Rabanne 1 million you can get, because it does smell like 1 million, but then there is something different. It's maybe not as woody as 1 million, not as earthy, not as oriental, not as sexy, but there's something about this that I like, because I love 1 million and I wanted something a little bit different just to switch it up. And the iris and the vanilla is just so perfect in here. It just makes that fragrance better. Okay, not better than 1 million, but it makes it better than if they just did a 1 million clone and didn't do anything different to it. Okay, so to me, this stuff's just really good. Like, you may not like it. If you don't really like 1 million, you probably won't like it that much. But if you are an iris fan, you will smell the iris in there and it will actually give you something to enjoy about the fragrance, right? I did write down some notes about it. First I said it smells like Jean Paul Gaultier and 1 million combined together. But it's not as woody as 1 million, not as spicy, and you do actually get some leatheriness in here, okay? So the Jaguar Excellence Intense, it's a little bit soapy, it's a little bit leathery, and you can smell a little bit of cardamom and star anise in here. Okay, so if you like cardamom, you probably will get a little bit of that in there too. And if you like that leathery, soapy feel that like Prada Luna Rosa Black has, you will get that in here too. It's like powdery and leathery in the same way as Luna Rosa Black is. But then it's iris, creamy, vanilla-y with the 1 million JPG Le Male Le Parfum smell. It's like a combination of multiple different fragrances put in one, and it's so well done. I just really wasn't expecting something so good from something no one even mentions or talks about at all. It doesn't even have a Fragrantica page, and yet it's easily one of the best things I've smelled. Why doesn't it have a page on Fragrantica yet? Like the intense version of it. But so far, a lot of people do seem to like the original flanker, just Excellence, so that's a good thing. And I would recommend check out some more fragrances by Jaguar because they're really flying under the radar here. In terms of a car manufacturer, a car brand, whatever, I noticed they do actually put out some good fragrances. Like Mercedes have the Mercedes-Benz Cologne, they have Mercedes Club Black. They're really nice fragrances. You have Ferrari do have their own nice fragrances too. But Jaguar, I've never heard of Jaguar. I've heard of Bentley. I know Bentley actually has some nice fragrances too. So these car brands are actually worth checking out their fragrances as well because they're not really niche or not even designer in my opinion. I think car brands deserve their own category, just like celebrities deserve their own category as well, like celebrity fragrances, car fragrances, then you have niche, designer. So yeah, I was blown out the way by this Jaguar fragrance. I mean, you would probably expect good things from Jaguar because their cars are pretty good too, right? And yeah, it definitely applies here. And yeah, I don't want to make the video too long just because there's only 2 fragrances, not much else to talk about. But how good is Mancera Red Tobacco actually? It's good. The opening is perfectly fine, there's nothing wrong with the opening, and it doesn't deserve the hate, but it's not gonna be like a safe buy for you. And Jaguar, really, really underrated. I recommend testing it. I don't know if you want to buy it because it smells like 1 million and not everyone's gonna want 1 million, but don't sleep on this fragrance. Definitely test it and see for yourself if you like it, because I really like it, and I probably wouldn't recommend you go out and buy any of these, so I would just say test them, and if you like them, then you can buy them. But to me, I would want you to buy something that's gonna impress the ladies, right? I want you to buy something that's gonna benefit you in every situation, and these aren't gonna really benefit you around girls that much. They're not gonna be compliment kings, honestly. So I wouldn't recommend you buy them unless you want to wear them for yourself only. Because if you want to wear them for yourself, you will really enjoy them. I don't think girls are gonna enjoy them, but you will probably enjoy them. Okay? So there you go. And have a good day. Peace out.